By far the greatest debate of my career is hotter than ever. Billions of blind witnesses out there are more convinced than ever that their man LeBron, their Lord and Savior Jesus James, has proven to be the GOAT, proven over time to be better than Michael Jordan. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. I know many blind witnesses believe what they believe because I've heard all this straight from their mouths at various appearances I've recently made. And what astounds and amuses me the most about their logic is they just don't want to hear the facts. They go blind, they ignore the facts, deny their existence, mentally scrub those facts from LeBron's resume. They believe with all their blind might that their man is the GOAT because their man set the all-time NBA scoring record. Took 21 years. And because I always say their man is still the greatest passer and driver in the game today. And to me, he's obviously the most durable superstar ever. And because their man is playing at a far higher level at age 40 than any players clearly ever played at, and because their man is a god on earth who has never gotten into any trouble, and he even created the I Promise School in his hometown of Akron, and because their man has, 1 billion followers on Instagram and 1 billion more on X, and he always entertains them with his expletive-laced posts. I mean, LeBron on social media and interviews, he just curses like a motherfucker, pardon my language, which I'm sure parents everywhere just love. All this blind witness logic is flat out laughable to me. Straight comedy. So today, I'm going to carefully explain to the billions of blind witnesses why Jordan was laughably better than LeBron. And I'm going to dare them to carefully listen to all my logic and refute it without ignoring it. I dare you. My overall premise is Michael Jordan was the mentally toughest clutch competitor ever. While LeBron is often proven to be the most mentally fragile superstar ever, born without a clutch gene. Jordan was the coldest-blooded basketball killer ever. LeBron is a very talented, nice guy who badly wants everybody to like him, even his rivals. He's too nice a guy to be anywhere near the not nice winner that Michael Jordan was. So we start with the obvious. Michael Jordan went 6-0 in the finals with 6 MVPs. Never had to deal with a Game 7, not once in his finals. LeBron remains 4-6 in the finals. And Ray Allen flat out saved him. Game 6 at Miami 2013, or he would be 3-7 in finals. And I can make a case that Kyrie saved him when nobody could make a last shot, and Kyrie finally did in Game 7 at Oracle 2016. Or, man, that would be 2-8 in finals for LeBron. Okay, so I've made a cheat sheet here that's just a fact sheet. And I'm going to start with the premise that LeBron is the all-time greatest scorer in the history of basketball. Obviously, that's a fact. But so is this. LeBron in regular season minutes played is at 60,000 and climbing. Jordan played 40,000 regular season minutes. It's 20,000 more minutes, blind witnesses. And in just 40,000 regular season minutes, Jordan won 10 scoring titles to LeBron's 1, 10-1. Obviously, LeBron's in year 22. And if you look hard at Jordan's career, he only played 11 full seasons that mattered. His career ended 1998. I was there in Chicago at the Chicago Tribune, the Last Dance season. He quit on principle. He retired for 3 full years, 3 late prime years. The last 2 at Washington, because he was friends with the owner, were just ceremonial. He was acting as GM, coach, trying to build something, averaged 20-6. They don't matter to me. Irrelevant. So it was really 22 full years for LeBron to 11 full seasons for Jordan. 22 to 11. And by the way, speaking of durability, Michael played all 82 games 8 times. LeBron has played all 82 only 1 time. Michael also twice played 80-plus games. Interesting. So I do say often that LeBron's the greatest passer still in basketball. But don't discount Jordan's ability to pass. 1989, Michael Jordan averaged 33 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists. He did that, 8 assists. Career as an assister, he was 5.3 career. But 1 year, 8 assists. He could really pass the basketball. He just didn't need to because he was winning 10 scoring titles, and they were 6-0 in the finals with his 6 MVPs. They just didn't need him to pass more than averaging 8 assists in 1989. And yeah, I always say LeBron at 6'9", 260, 70 pounds, greatest driver of the basketball ever, not even close. Yet, by superstar standards, poor shooter, shockingly bad from 3 and the free throw line. And because of that, LeBron has often run from the late game free throw line, where since he entered the league, he's been the worst. So LeBron from 3 for his career is at 35%. Historically, that ranks 361st. From the free throw line career, LeBron's at 74%. Historically, that's 478th. Now, this year, for whatever reason, he did get in the lab, as I mentioned, and he did finally figure it out to some extent, even though his 37.8% from 3 ranks 71st in the league, and his 77.7 from the free throw line is 57th in the league. Not bad, progress, but actually an indictment of LeBron, because we went 21 years of poor shooting. I don't understand it. 21 years of poor shooting, and yet the blind witnesses fire back, well, Jordan was only 33% from 3. That's because in his era, it was not prioritized. Nobody really cared about shooting threes, which is why Michael, through his career, averaged, well, he averaged from 3 120 attempts per year. 120 attempts per year. LeBron has averaged through his career 393 point attempts. He's a high volume 3-point shooter per year. And then look at Michael from the free throw line. He was very good. Wasn't great, but he was very good. He was 10 percentage points higher than LeBron. 74% to 84% for Jordan. Think about that. I mean, 10 percentage points for a whole full season is the Grand Canyon of a leap. We look at Larry Bird. For his career, shot 89% from the line. KD is 88% from the line. LeBron's 74%. That's pathetic and embarrassing and disqualifying if you're talking about the GOAT. Let's talk defense. Michael Jordan actually won a Defensive Player of the Year. LeBron never did. 9 times Michael was first team all defense in those 11 full seasons. 9 times. LeBron has made 5 first team all defenses, but the last one came in 2013. That's a long time ago. but he did make 5. So now let's talk about clutch gene. Now let's talk about epic fails. This is where the blind witnesses always tune me out. They don't want to hear this. Please listen to me just once as I tick these off and probably tick you off. Let's start with 2010 conference semis against the Celtics. This is LeBron's final year, his first go-around in Cleveland. They go up 2-1. LeBron, on that Friday night in Boston, I watched every dribble, played one of the greatest playoff games of his career. He was really good, 38, 8, and 7. They're up 2-1. And he shrinks and he disappears. And they lost 4, 5, and 6. 4, 5, and 6. And Stephen A. Smith reported on ESPN, I was there that morning, that LeBron had to be sedated before games 4, 5, and 6 against the Celtics because of a locker room issue with a teammate. Sedated? That's just weak. That's just lame. That's just an all-time comical excuse from somebody in LeBron's inner circle. Then a few weeks later, Dan Gilbert, the owner in Cleveland, accused LeBron of quitting in games 4, 5, and 6. Was Michael Jordan ever accused, especially by an owner, of quitting? No, never. Did Michael have any epic fails? No, he never had an epic fail. He lost. He started out 1-9 in the playoffs, but that included getting swept by the Celtics, in which in game 1, coming off a broken foot that cost him pretty much the entire year. He broke it in game 3. Michael in game 1 at Boston in that playoffs scored 49. In game 2, double overtime, he scored 63. And after that game, Larry Bird said that was God disguised as Michael Jordan. That's how much Michael was scaring great teams when he was yet to even have his Robin, who was Scottie Pippen. And then who can forget what happened? LeBron left Cleveland, obviously, for Miami. I applauded the decision. I thought he needed Dwayne Wade to teach him how to control his emotions under stress, under pressure, teach him how to win. And Dwayne did, but not in 2011, that first go-round with the Heatles in Miami. It happened again. They win at Dallas, game 3. LeBron was great. LeBron went back to his hotel room, made a list of people he was going to say, I told you so too. I was number 1 on that list, according to Stephen A. And right on schedule, games 4, 5, and 6, LeBron collapsed. The chosen one became the frozen one in 4, 5, and 6, all losses. He averaged only 15 points a game. He was 2 of 12 combined from 3 in those 3 games. He was 4 of 10 in those 3 games from the free throw line. Just pathetic. He averaged 5 turnovers a game in those 3 games. Just embarrassing. Which brought us to 2013. LeBron did break through, obviously, in 2012 against the Baby Thunder. He was very good. Got a lot of help, if you recall, in the games in Miami from Mario Chalmers, Mike Miller, and even from Dwayne. But 2013 against the team I loved at that point, the San Antonio Spurs, game 6 should have been the closeout for my Spurs. They're up 5 points with 18 seconds to go. And that's because at 40 seconds and 20 seconds left in that game, LeBron had unforced error turnovers, shocking turnovers. Even I, no LeBron fan, sat back as a Spurs fan and said, what are you doing, LeBron? He did make 1 3, but then he was forced to take a 3 to tie the game with 6 seconds left, and he LeBricked it. back ironed it. Long rebound. Chris Bosh tracked it down, kicked it quickly into the corner. Somehow Ray Allen backtracking, got his feet behind the three-point line and hit the greatest clutch shot I have ever seen. Overtime. My team fell apart in overtime, and LeBron's legacy was saved by Ray Allen. Epic fail. Next year, 2014, LeBron's Heat got blown off the floor by the Spurs by a record finals margin. It was 1-1 going back to Miami for games 3 and 4. In game 3, LeBron had 7 turnovers. In game 4, he was very quiet. They lost the first one by 19, the second one by 21. Game 3 by 19, 4 by 21. Ball game. Embarrassing. Jordan, never. Then we got 2015, the comeback. I'm sorry, this is the first time against the Golden State Warriors. Comeback by the Warriors. Remember the first 3 games, I always say LeBron James played the greatest 3 games of his life because he didn't have Kevin Love and he lost Kyrie in overtime to a fractured knee of game 1. He was extraordinary in those first 3 games. But in game 4, in his house, with a chance to step on the Warriors' throats, they weren't the Warriors yet. They weren't sure of themselves. There was no KD. LeBron and company lost at home in game 4, 103-82, as Steve Kerr inserted Andre Iguodala into the starting lineup and put him on LeBron James, who went 7 of 22 that night, 1 of 4 from 3, 5 of 10 from the free throw line. And they lost 4, 5, and 6 once again, right on schedule. Jordan, no. 2016, they came from 3-1 down, did LeBron and company. But Steph, in the fourth quarter of a game at home, game 7, he had 2 of the last 3 at home and couldn't pull this off. In that fourth quarter, Steph was horrible. 1 of 6 from the floor, 1 of 5 from 3, didn't get to the free throw line, 1 huge turnover. But it took Kyrie, with 57 seconds left, making the 3 that won the game. LeBron had the chase down, but as I made the case, it was a bicycle built for 2. J.R. Smith cuts off Iguodala at the pass, sort of altered his route to the basket, made him hesitate for a second, and he wasn't able to go up strong and dunk it, and LeBron got it from behind. Way to go. Kyrie made the shot of shots. Then remember 2018 game 1, LeBron had the greatest shooting night of his playoff career up until the bitter end. Down 1, he gets the switch. Steph's on him. Little 6 foot, whatever, 3-inch Steph on 6'9" LeBron. He had a nice jumper, point blank from just beyond the free throw line. Kind of a Jordan-esque shot against Utah in game 6. And he starts to go up to shoot it, and he thinks to himself, no, if I miss this, we lose. And he kicked it to George Hill, who used to play for my Spurs. He's just a guy. Wait, you want George Hill to take the shot of shots? And Clay tackled him, fouled him, sent him to the free throw line, and right on schedule. George made the first one, way to go. Missed the second one. J.R. Smith got the rebound, lost his mind, dribbled the clock out, and LeBron sat and pouted through the timeout before overtime, and then wouldn't shoot for the first 3 minutes of overtime as they fell quickly behind and lost 17-7 in overtime and lost game 1. That could have been a GOAT case game. No. Yep. LeBron did break through and win one more championship, the Mickey Mouse Championship in the bubble. But as my friend Jared Dudley said on a podcast at the time of the Clippers, who were better than the Lakers that year, them boys didn't want to be in that bubble. They didn't. They all wanted to go home. They blew a 3-1 lead, you might recall, against Denver. Lakers took care of Denver, easily took care of Miami, and LeBron toughed it out and won a championship in Orlando, Mickey Mouse style. Remember 2023, Denver in the conference championship, finals championship round. Supposed to be 7 games. They lost in 4. They got swept. But all 4 of those games were close going to the fourth quarter. And in those combined 4 fourth quarters, LeBron shot 7 of 23 against Denver and 1 of 10 from 3. And in the closeout game 4 in his house here in LA, LeBron had 2 shots to tie in the final seconds and got neither of them to the rim. Neither hit the rim. Next year, which was last year in the playoffs, at Denver round 1, game 1, LeBron pouted in the fourth quarter because he'd taken so much criticism for his choking against Denver in the fourth quarters the previous year. He pouted and wouldn't shoot for the longest. A winnable game became a loss. Game 2 at Denver, closing seconds, LeBron winds up with a wide open 3. He actually had a little Jordan-esque push-off of Jamal Murray. Wide open. It's like a free throw from the 3-point line. Kobe would have made it. Heck, Austin Reeves would have made it. Jordan, obviously. He closes his eyes and shoots it left-handed and makes it. LeBron missed it. And that was that. Even this year, it was a game against Charlotte. Charlotte was pathetic at that point. This was here in LA. Soon after Luka came. Late game, 5 seconds left, 1 second left. LeBron had 2 pretty good looks from 3 to tie the game, send it to overtime, and avoid an ignominious defeat at the hands of Charlotte. And he missed them both. I could go on and on. So the blind witnesses fire back, yeah, but what about the 8 that he's made? He's made 8 buzzer beaters in his combined regular season and postseason career. I'll give you 7. That one that he recently made at Indiana, it's a little tip in at the buzzer. Does that qualify as a walk-off shot? I guess. I'll give it to you. But I saw all these live. The first one that he made was January 23rd of 2009. It took 477 NBA games for LeBron to finally hit a walk-off shot. Regular season, guarded by Ronnie Turioff at Golden State. It's great that they were down a point. It was a do or die, and he made it. Way to go, LeBron. Then there was the shot heard around the world. Game 2 against Orlando. It was a catch and shoot with 1 second left. I still don't know why Hedo Turkoglu wouldn't just get up into LeBron and like face guard him, like nose to nose guard him, because clearly they're down 2. So LeBron or whoever's going to catch it inbounds has to just heave it from 3. And Hedo played off him and let him catch it and shoot it. What? And LeBron made it. He's better when he has no time to think. Like there's no choice to be made. There's no decision. Should I drive it? Should I worry about shooting the free throws? Should I just shoot this from 3 to take the pressure off? And I can say, well, it was a hard shot. I missed it. Well, he had no choice. He had to just catch and fire. And he made it. And then with everybody expecting LeBron versus Kobe in the finals, only Kobe made it to the finals because LeBron and company just petered right out and lost to the Magic in 6 games. It was a big disappointment. LeBron did make that layup, a little lefty layup. He blew by Paul George at Indiana and just laid it off the glass. That was a game 3. There was that mad shot he made against the Bulls in Chicago when David Blatt called Kyrie's number and was going to have LeBron inbounds to Kyrie, and LeBron got mad. I love LeBron when he gets mad. That's when he's at his best. He made a 2-point shot to win that playoff game. Then there was the 2018 regular season game at Minnesota. It was a really good shot over Jimmy Butler. I liked that one a lot. Game was tied. He made a 2-point shot. It was beautiful. I'll give you that. Remember, LeBron has now played 71,000 total minutes, regular season and playoffs combined. 71,000 to only 48,000 for Jordan. So LeBron has played, maybe fittingly, 23,000 more minutes combined regular and playoffs, than Michael Jordan. 23,000 more minutes, a great number, 23. There's a one and only 23. It was Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Then there was the Pacers playoff game, game 3, tied 95 all. He made it. Oladipo thought he'd gotten fouled, or maybe it was a potential goaltend, and everybody stayed at one end of the floor, and LeBron hustled the ball down the court, took an open 3 and made it. I'll give you that one. It was nice. Those two, that one and the Jimmy Butler, they were nice. Then 2018 game 3 against Toronto, he made one on a rookie named Anunoby. And I swear it banked in, and LeBron wasn't trying to bank it. He got too deep, and the ball actually ticked off the edge of the glass and went in. And it actually ticked back online because I think LeBron yanked it and he lucked it in. So those are the ones. Not one of them mattered as in magnitude. Not one of them ended a series where you say, oh, I remember that one because it did that. Do you remember Michael Jordan, 1982 NCAA championship game against Georgetown? Do you remember a freshman called Mike Jordan at that point getting his number called for the last shot? Not James Worthy, not Sam Perkins. No, Mike Jordan made the jumper that won the game. I remember that because it won the championship. Remember the 89 playoffs? It was the deciding game 5 of that series against Cleveland at Cleveland. Remember Jordan hanging above Craig Elo? It became an iconic poster shot, walk-off, magnitude. And I was there courtside for that closeout game 6 at Utah. Remember him, a little subtle push off Brian Russell, then just hanging and holding the pose from just beyond the free throw line, to the horror of all those Utah fans. Still have a picture of it. Just a stunning moment. Michael stole the ball from Karl Malone down in the far corner, dribbled it all the way up with Scottie Pippen off to the side saying, I'm open. No, Jordan says, I got this. Little push off, up, hold the pose, swish, championship. Won the championship. Magnitude. So all of the above is why I rank my all-time top 10 this way. Number 1 is obviously that guy. Number 2 is Magic. Number 3 is Shaq. The 2 greatest Lakers, 1-2. Then 4th is another Laker, Kareem, who won 6 championships and did win 6 MVPs, regular season. Next at 5 is my man Tim Duncan, who should have won 6 championships, if not for Ray Allen. 6 is Mr. Russell, as in Bill Russell, who won 11 championships. 7, Kobe. 8, Bird. Both of them mentally tougher, clutch shooters than number 9, LeBron James. And 10 is the all-time stat machine, 7'1" Big Dipper called Wilt Chamberlain. That's my list. That's my argument. There you have it, blind witnesses. That's my full argument, uninterrupted. If you're still watching or listening, I'm impressed. If you've let even 50% of my facts sink in, we're making progress. I'm not lying, not exaggerating, not embellishing. I'm closing the case that Jordan was laughably better than LeBron James. Open your eyes. Tell me I'm wrong.